And in the comprehension this morning, welcome boys and girls again. In the comprehension this morning, we're looking at the strategy Think Aloud, so that we can fully understand what is it we are reading. Because sometimes when we are reading, at the end of the reading, we don't understand what we have read. So when it's time to answer our questions, we don't answer it correctly because we did not fully understand what we read. So we are going to go through quickly go through the strategy of thinking aloud so that we can fully understand. Everybody's hearing me now?
Yes, Miss Campbell.
Good. So what is Think Aloud? What is this strategy? This strategy is a comprehension strategy that allows students to say aloud what they are thinking when reading. If they don't understand the word, they say, what is this? I say, what does this mean? Where is this boy going? So you're talking aloud while you're reading and trying to clarify so you can fully understand what is it the story is all about. It also allows you to respond to questions that is asked by your peers, maybe someone who you're peer reading with, a student who sit beside you, or by the teacher. So at the end of it all, you should be able to answer the questions. Now let us look at this slide. Think aloud strategies. We're going to go through these strategies before we start the story so that you're able to participate well in that story.
Hello?
Okay. So in this reading strategy, we are going to look at predict. I'm going to explain to you down here. I'll read down the bottom for you because I'm aware that maybe you won't be able to read it. So when you're predicting something, you're trying to figure out what is happening or what is going to happen next. For example, we can say, John went for a walk in the woods. He heard a growl. When he turned around, he saw a fox behind him. And then I could stop the story right there and ask you, what do you think is going to happen next? And that is where now you'll give me your response. The wolf is going to bite him, he's going to run away, he's going to climb a tree, right? So you're predicting, and then we can read the rest of the story in the book to find out what really happened and to see if your suggestion or your prediction was truly correct. So that is what prediction is all about. Then visualize. As you're reading, sometimes a picture is there about the story. Sometimes there's no picture is there, so you have to visualize in your mind, seeing John in that wood and the wolf behind him, about to pounce on him, right? So you have to learn to imagine or visualize what we are reading about. Connect. Sometimes the story is about something that you're familiar with. Maybe it's a story about at the beach, or a foundation somewhere that you have been before, so you can connect to it because it is familiar to you. It is in your experience background. You can ask questions as well. Maybe you see a word that you don't know while you're reading the story. You can ask and say, what is this word? And then maybe you can read over the story, and maybe the way in which a word is used in that story can help you to get the meaning of that word. For example, Mary was at the beach. All of a sudden, she saw an enormous creature coming out of the sea, or out of the waters. I said, what is this word enormous? And said, enormous creature, let her look like a grasshopper. She looks so small beside this enormous beast. And right away now, you might say, oh, that means large. It can mean huge. And you can get the meaning. You can get the meaning of that word. Clarify. We can have another situation. You're trying to clarify to get the true meaning of the word. Or what does that mean? So we can say Peter went hiking up in Blue Mountains. While he was hiking in Blue Mountains, he saw a creature looking like a lizard, but it was bigger than a lizard. I said, what could this creature be?
Bluetooth mode.
And maybe you say it is a iguana or it is a crocodile, because those also look like a lizard. But then you said, okay, which one would really be the most appropriate answer? Could it be the iguana or could it be the crocodile? And so you say, okay, it's in Blue Mountain. Where do crocodiles live? They live in swampy area where there's water, where there's a river. On the top of Blue Mountain or going up Blue Mountain, there's no river there, so it couldn't be the crocodile. Therefore, I think what he saw is the iguana. So you clarify to get the most appropriate answer. And then evaluate. At the end of the story, depends on what happened in the story, you're able to judge the character in the story. You're able to judge what happened in the story and make your own conclusion. So all these strategies we are going to use today. We're going to predict, we're going to visualize, we're going to connect, we're going to ask questions, we're going to clarify, we're going to evaluate. So at the end of it all, we're able to answer our questions. Why use Think Aloud? It helps students to learn to monitor their thinking as they read and improve their comprehension. It teaches students to reread a sentence or read ahead to clarify and or look for context clues to make sense of what they read. And it slows down the reading process and allows students to monitor their understanding of a text. So instead of rushing those with da 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 da, and at the end of it you don't understand, you take time to ask questions, you take time to clarify and to truly understand what you're reading so that you can truly answer the questions at the end of the reading process. Now we're going to look at this story at school. Now I'm going to ask you all to make sure that the background is quiet. I'm going to unmute you so you can read the story with me. Please ensure that your background, parents, please be quiet in the background. I want the students to read the story with me. Okay, let us read together now. The title of the story, read for me. At school.
At school.
Yeah, let us read it now. Monday morning, the sun was so bright as the children played jumping rope outside the classroom. Just stop right there a while. What day of the week was it?
Monday.
It was Monday.
Monday.
Okay, what type of weather is depicted in this story? What type of weather is depicted, Zara?
What type of weather?
Yeah.
Sunny.
It was a sunny day. And where were the children? Delante, where were the children? Delante, you're not hearing me? Where were the children, Delante? Jahil, you're seeing the picture?
Yes, miss.
Where were the children? Where were the children playing, Jahil?
Outside the
Outside, very good. No, why were they outside playing jump rope at this time? Why do you think that they're outside? Michaela is there?
Yes, Miss Campbell.
Why do you think they were outside playing jump rope at this time, Michaela? When would you normally play outside? Michaela, when would you normally play outside?
When I have time.
When you have your what? Your break time, very good. So maybe it is break time and the children are outside playing. All right, let us move on to the next part of the story. Let everybody start reading again. They were happy and enjoying the day with their friends. They don't mind about their sad moments and continue to play throughout the day. They continue to play right throughout the day. All right. Now, they were happy. Why do you think these children were happy? Why do you think these children were happy?
Because they were playing with his friends.
Because they're playing with their friends. That's why they are very happy at this time.
My love.
All right.
Oh my God.
Now, what you're going to do when I call your name to ask a question, you just unmute yourself and answer, and then you mute back yourself. And it say that they don't mind about their sad moments. Now, what are some of the things that could have made these children sad? Milo, what could have made these children sad? Unmute yourself and answer.
Yes, you're hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Milo is there?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there.
What could make the children sad, Milo?
Parents were sick.
Maybe they're, yes, sometimes they're sick and they're sad. Very good. Anybody else has another answer for that?
Me, miss.
Yes, go ahead and answer.
Because they're bored.
Yeah, they could be bored. Or maybe in the morning, when mommy was waking them up, they were very tired and they didn't want to wake up at that time. That could have been an answer too. Andriana, you're there?
Yes, miss.
All right, what else could have made the children sad? Silan, you're there? Silan?
I'm not sure.
Silan?
Yes.
Yes. What could have made the children sad, Silan?
You say you're in Andriana?
Yes. Yes. Maybe they weren't feeling well. Maybe they didn't get any lunch money. All those things could have made them sad. All right, but they forgot all about those sad moments and they continue to play throughout the day. Now, when it says they continue to play throughout the day, do you believe that they just play all day long until school dismissed and did not go back inside to play anymore? Michaela, what do you think happened? Do you think that they play all day long and didn't go back inside to play anymore, to do any more work?
All right, so we can get the chicken and the spinach jar.
No, it means that maybe this is break time, so they were outside playing. We know it is not lunchtime because it's saying the morning. And during break time, we have it at 10, so it's in the morning. At lunchtime at 12, it is afternoon. So we know that this happened in the morning. So they could not have played right throughout the day, even though it says throughout the day. It means that maybe they came back out at lunchtime and play, went back in, have their work done after lunch, then after school they play again. So it was playtime, they play throughout that time, right? So we have to clarify it so that we can truly understand the story, that they weren't outside from break time right until school over. All right, they play throughout the time that they got a chance to be outside. All right. What we are going to do now, we're going to look at these questions.
What was the question that everyone kept asking to do?
We're going to look at these questions. Number one says, were all, where are the children?
At school.
Yes, the children were at school. They were at school. That's where they were. How many days do you go to school? Janelia, how many days do you go to school? Pardon me, Janelia? You go, Janelia, how many days do you go to school? Ready to answer me?
Good morning, Anthony.
How many days do you go to school, Janila? Yes, I'm hearing you, Janila. Speak up.
1.
You go to school how many days for the week? When it is normal school time, I'm talking. How many days do you go to school?
5 days.
5 days. We go to school 5 days. Let us call the days of the week that we go to school. Say it with me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We go to school 5 days for the week. Very good. What is the day in the story? It was a Monday morning, the first day of the school week. They were outside at the break time and they were playing. They were enjoying themselves. Now, why were the children happy? Why were they so happy? Dominic, why were the children happy? You're hearing me, Dominic? Dominic, why were the children happy? Why were the children happy? Why do you think they were so happy? Why do you think they were so happy? Milo? Milo, why were the children so happy?
I'm just gonna go with an answer.
Daniel? You're hearing me, Daniel? Daniel, why were the children so happy? Why do you think they were so happy? Because they were playing with their friends and that made them happy. So maybe when they came to school in the morning, they were sad. So while they were playing, they forgot their sad moments. Maybe they had lost their lunch money. Maybe they were crying to school because mommy woke them up too early. You know, maybe they didn't do their homework and teacher punished them in the morning. So they were sad. But while they were playing, they were not happy because they have their friends to play with and to enjoy. All right. Number 4, which games do you like to play with your friends? Which games do you like to play with your friends? Think about it. Think about it. Alana is there? Alana? Somebody looking like Alana. Alana, you're hearing me? Which games? Good morning. Which games do you like to play with your friend, Alana?
This is Daniela's mother. She didn't see the story.
Oh, you didn't see the story. You came in late. Oh. All right. Jahil, which games do you like to play with your friends?
Football.
Football. All right. So there are many different games we like to play with our friends and that make us happy while we are playing with them. All right. Okay, and we said what could have caused some sad experiences for the children. We have discussed them when we were reading the story. What could have been caused some sad experiences? Yes, Mala, I see your hand going up. Speak for me.
Their parents were sick.
Maybe their parents were sick and they were worried about their parents, yes. And because their parents were sick, maybe they had to go and stay with another relative. And maybe they are not enjoying themselves as much as this other relative. They prefer to be with their parents. Very good. So you see, when we discuss a story, we think about it. Let me put about this story. Some people came in late. We discussed this story at school. Right? We look at the weather. We look at the day of the week it was. We look at how many days we go to school when it is normal school time. Right? And they said the children were jumping rope, and we asked at what time of the day would they be doing this? Somebody said during the break period. And they were happy, enjoying themselves. They didn't mind about their sad moments. They were happy because they were playing with their friends. And they continued to play throughout the day. Now, we had to clarify this last part of the story. That doesn't mean that they were playing from break time, right? And when school ended at 3 o'clock, right? It means that they went back in after break, came up back at lunchtime, had their lunch, played some more, went back in. After school was dismissed, they went back out and played. So that's what it meant by playing throughout the day. Because once you're at school, you have to go back in and learn your lessons. And that is why I think Aloud is so important, because it allows you to clarify and to help you to understand the story so that you can answer the questions at the end of the story. All right, everybody look at this, read it for yourself quietly. This is what you are going to do for me, so read it for me, please. Read it to yourself. Then I'm going to tell you what you're going to do after.
I'm growing a mole. My back.
Okay. Are we through reading this little story here?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Right. Now, after reading this story, this is what you are going to do. Make sure that you read it, you understand it.
Yes.
If it's something that you don't understand, you go and you reread it, because guess what now? You are going to be doing this for me. Let's soon get back to the story. You're going to be creating questions. You're going to create your own questions. And these are what we call like the 5 W's that we use to create questions. The who, the when, the what, the where, and the why. All right, this is what we are going to be doing. Let us get back to the story now.
It was early in the morning.
Okay.
He woke up on
Jahil,
Yes,
you hear me, Jahil? Write number 1. Just write number 1 in your book. Everybody get your book and pencil out.
the bacon is up.
I'm going to assign you what you're going to be doing. Write number 1. Jahil, the rest of you also write number 1. Everybody write your number 1. After writing number 1, I'm going to go back to the question, then I get back to the story. The first thing you're going to write at number 1 is when. Write this, when, W-H-E-N, when. Right, when. Number 1, when. Don't put any question mark there, just write when. Then when I'm finished going down to number 5, you're just going to complete creating your own questions. All right, skip 2 spaces. Skip 2 spaces. Write number 2. Write number 2. And write what. Write number 2 now. Write what. W-H-A-T. What. That's what we're going to use to start number 2 question. That's all you're writing, what. I'm going to get back to the story for you to create your questions. Alana? Alana, there's something?
Yes, miss.
What is it?
one.
Oh, number one, write when. Number one, when. W-H-E-N.
If I see the sentence.
No, no, no. You are going to create a question. Just write when. You're not going to write any sentence. Just write what I'm telling you. Just write number one and write when. That's all you're doing for now. I'll tell you what to do afterwards. Number one, when. That's all you're to do. Number one, when. Skip 2 spaces. Write number 2 and write what. That's all you're writing for now. Number 2, what.
I'm waiting for
W-H-A-T. Then skip 2 spaces
But Ani, do you want me to skip 3 spaces?
and write there. Yes, as we write number 3. After you skip 2 spaces, write number 3 now. And write where. W-H-E-R-E. Where. That's for number 3. Where. Where. So where is going to start our number 3 question? We're not ready to write the question. Just write where. Number 4.
Where?
Write number 4 now.
Number 3.
You're writing number 4 now.
No,
Number 4, why? Number 4, why? W-H-Y. Number 4, why? That's all you're writing for number 4. Why? We have why, W-H-Y. That's all you're writing, just the why. Then number 5, skip 2 spaces, write number 5. And number 5 is how. How, H-O-W, how. All right, let me go back to the story now. All right, let us look at the story. So what you're going to do for me now, at number 1, you had when. Everybody had when at number 1?
Yes.
Yes. So what question can you write for number 1 based at the beginning of the story? Let us read the first sentence. It says what? It was early in the morning. Kate woke up hungry. Stop right there. So make a question now with when. What could we say? Somebody has a question? So create a question quickly and tell me. What question could we create for the first part of the story, beginning with when?
Oh, that's when she wake up.
Very good. When did Kate wake up? Write that for me.
Oh.
When did Kate wake up? Write that question for number 1. When did Kate wake up?
You need to move.
When did Kate
When did Kate wake up? Somebody came up with that question, you can write it.
Oh.
When did Kate
wake up?
All right.
The perfect one for what? What time?
Number 1. That's for number 1.
This.
That's for number 1. When did Kate wake up? Teshawn.
I was dead.
Teshawn. You're understanding what you're to do, Teshawn?
Yes, miss.
All right. You write that question at number 1. When did Kate wake up?
Yes, miss.
All right. Go to number 2 now. Number 2, we're going to start that question with what?
What's wrong with you?
What?
Wake up. Wait.
We're going to start number 2 with what? You have what at number 2?
Yes, miss.
Very good. Which question can we create at number 2 now with what? Which question can we create at number 2 starting with what? Anybody want to volunteer?
What did Kate do?
Where is it? Chat? Is it chat? Nope.
Yes, somebody say, what did Kate do? Very good. What did Kate do? Very good.
What was wrong?
What did Kate do? Very good.
Probably you have to press it.
What did Kate do?
Here.
We are all there?
Yes, miss.
Very good.
Okay, take it off now. Take it off.
Oh, Dominic. Dominic, you're hearing me now?
Okay, what's another one? What did Kate do? No, I'm not doing it.
What was wrong with him?
Dominic?
What did she wear?
Dominic is hearing me?
Breakfast.
She got dressed and she went in the kitchen.
I didn't tell her what she would for breakfast.
No, I don't want you to answer the question yet. We're just creating our questions first.
What did she do? The questions can be gave.
Oh, yeah, turn it back.
No.
You must follow.
What did Kate do?
These sentences are short.
We're finished with that question?
Yes.
Very good. All right.
Yes.
Understand that now?
Number 3, we have where. You have your where at number 3?
Yes, miss.
Good. Let us read the first part of the story now. Let us read down. It was early in the morning. Kate woke up hungry. She got dressed. Then, read from then she went in the kitchen. Stop right there. Then she went in the kitchen. Use where to create a question for that sentence. Use where to create a question
Where
for a
is
sentence.
Where did she go?
Very good. You heard what she said?
Yeah, where did she go?
Where did she
All right. Somebody has that question ready for me? Michaela?
Where did she go?
Michaela, you have your question ready? Michaela? You have your question ready? What is it? What question did you write for number 3?
You went to the kitchen.
No, you have to write a question.
Look how much time you write it and you really ask me that.
Milo, you ready?
Yes, miss.
What is your question?
Where did Kate go?
Where did Kate go? Everybody has that?
Yes.
Where did Kate go? That is the question for number 3. Where did Kate go? All right, very good. We all have that now. Where did Kate go for number 3?
Yes. I have one.
All right. Let us read from the sentence after kitchen. She got, let us read from here. She got a small pan, cooked some bacon and eggs. All right. For that sentence now, we're going to number 4. Why? Why? We're going to create a question starting with why. Anybody can create a question for me?
Go for a cookie. Why did she go?
That's the question.
Zara, you have your question ready about why? Not yet?
Not yet.
All right, work on it some more.
Why did she go to the she go for? I have a question.
What is your question, Zaro?
Why did she go for a cookie?
Why did she go into the kitchen? Why did she go into the kitchen? Keshawn. Keshawn, what do you have? Milo, what do you have? Milo, what do you have?
Lisa, why did she go to the kitchen?
Very good. Anybody else has something else? Jahil, what do you have? Jahil,
Yes.
what do you have for your question?
Why did she get a small pan?
Why did she get a small pan? Very good. And most people are, why did she go into the kitchen? Very good. You're all thinking. Very good. Now we are going to read from there now. This part that says, the bacon was so crispy and good. All right, so that moves us to number 5 now. Number 5 question starts with ow.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. Ow. So use this sentence, look at that sentence and create a question with ow. The bacon was so crispy and good. Make a question with ow.
Miss,
Yes.
how was breakfast?
How was?
The breakfast.
Yes. All the breakfast tasted?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Anybody else with anything else? Janelia, you have your question ready? And Janelia, you have your question ready?
Where's your Oscar and Gina here?
Janelia,
And first part.
Right.
are you finished?
What was the first part?
Janelia, what's your question?
How was the bacon taste?
Pardon me?
How was the bacon so crispy and good? Yes.
How did the breakfast taste? All right. So we all have our questions there. Very good. Now let us go back up now.
Get a small.
Okay. Now, after you've written your number 5 question, how did the breakfast taste?
How?
R-E-A-K.
Yes, A.
E. The E come before.
Bacon.
You're spelling it right, but E-A-K. A compound word.
We're now finished with number 5 question.
That's me.
Very good. Now you are going to skip 2 spaces and write number 6. You are going to skip 2 spaces and write number 6. And for number 6.
Number, yeah, right there.
Number 6 now. You are going to look at this. Let us read the last part of this story. After that, Kate put a few cookies on a plate and ate them with a glass of milk. See, Kate was very hungry, man. She cooked bacon and eggs, and they tasted good, but after that, she felt for something more. So she went back and she had a few cookies and a glass of milk. Then she really felt full. All right. So you are going to use, let me put this back up. You are going to create a question for that last part of the story. You're going to choose which one of these you're going to use to start your question. Whether it's who, when, what, where, why, how. So you are going to choose one of them to create a question for the last part. After that, Kate put a few cookies on a plate and ate them with a glass of milk. We're going to create a question for this last part.
What question? Read what he says. He says,
After that, Kate put a few cookies on a plate and ate them with a glass of milk. Create a question for this last part of the story.
create a question for that part. What question can you read?
What question can you create for this last part?
Hello?
Think about it, and I'll ask a few of you in a short while.
Miss. Miss.
That's Deshaun.
Yeah,
Deshaun, what do you have?
Egg and bread.
question.
Question. You're going to create a question, Deshaun. For the last part of the story that says, after that, Kate put a few cookies on a plate and ate them with a glass of milk.
Say it.
Hello, Miss.
Yes?
Complete. No, you're not saying.
You have your question ready?
Hello?
Yes, Michaela, you're ready?
Hello, Miss.
Yes, go right ahead with your question.
Why did she eat cookies and milk?
Why did she eat cookies and milk? Yes. Anybody else? Whose hand is raised? Michaela, you're ready?
Miss.
Yes, go right ahead with your question. Yes, Michaela.
I said the question.
What's your question, Michaela?
Why did she eat cookies?
Why did she eat cookies and drink a glass of milk? All right. Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes, go along with your question.
Miss.
Yes, what's your question?
What did Kate have for snack?
What did Kate have for snack? Very good. So maybe
Miss.
after breakfast, she had a snack. Jahil? Yes, Jahil?
Where did she get the cookies and milk?
Where did she get the cookies and milk from? Excellent. You children are on the ball this morning. Very good. Now, what I want you to do, because our time is now up, what I want you to do, you are going to answer those questions. And the next time I meet with you before I start the next session, you are going to give me the answer for those questions. So all the questions you have written from number 1 to 6, write in the answers for them. Write in the answers for them. I'm going to leave this up so you can see the story, so you can write in your answers. And remember that your answers should always begin with a what? But your answers start a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. And if you're writing the girl's name, Kate, it should also begins with a capital letter. All right. Okay, children, what I'm going to do, I'm getting the wrap-up signal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload it and I'm going to send it to the group so you can watch back the video and then you can answer your questions at that time. So thank you for participating. Thank you for being a part of this lesson. I'm going to save the recording for this lesson and then I'm going to send it to you shortly. So you can look at it, go back through the story, and then you can answer your questions. Have a good day, boys and girls.